everyone, welcome to Readings with Sam Awataki. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated. Whenever you watch this is when you needed to hear it most, so I know that I do it based on the daily energies and the moon energies and all that good stuff, but for real, if you watch this in a month, a year, 2 years, a week, a day, whatever, it was when you were supposed to hear it. Always remember these readings are for your highest benefit, so take what resonates and leave the rest. These readings are to help you kind of figure out whatever is going on in your life and to kind of add a little divine lens into looking into any situations that you may be moving through. So today is Wednesday, July 13, 2022. We have a full moon today. It's at 11:37 PST and 2:37 EST. And remember, if you are doing a full moon ritual, to wait until the moon is officially full to do it. And we will talk about full moon rituals right after we get into the reading of the day. So today we are pulling from the Botticelli tarot deck, which is created by Atanassov, Alexandrov, Atanassov. I am so sorry because I know that I butchered that. So with the Botticelli deck coming out today, Botticelli, we all know, is an amazing, amazing, amazing painter. So if you are an artist, this message is particularly for you today. But of course, all of us are artists in our own way because we're all co-creators with the universe, right? Okay, so the energy overall today is represented by King of Pentacles. Now, this can either represent an aspect of your personality or someone outside of you. This usually represents either a masculine person, masculine energy, or a man that is very financially stable, that it has their own career, that's very good when it comes to business, growth, investments, things like that. This also, again, can reflect an aspect of your personality that's really good with money, with growth, with really being able to control money, having a grip on money, abundance energy, prosperity energy, and all that good stuff. So with this being a full moon in tropical astrology, it's in Capricorn, in Vedic and Sidereal astrology, it's in Sagittarius. So Capricorn, earth energy, pentacles, right? So there is a lot going on here when it comes to specifically earthly possessions, money, career specifically, because Capricorn rules career. Sagittarius, on the other hand, represents big dreams, goals, really shooting for the stars, really shooting past that glass ceiling, which also is very tied in with career and also with just really being mindful of where you're at with money and being able to see past just money. Now, this is a really big issue in our modern society where so many of us get just completely blinded by money. Either we feel like we don't have enough money, or we are willing to literally just sacrifice our own soul for money, right? In the form of jobs, projects, careers, anything, things that are just soul sucking, but the price is enough, right? So right now, with these cards, especially because the advice card is 7 of Cups, and 7 of Cups is basically the card that says not all that glitters is gold. This full moon is really asking you to be sure that you are not sacrificing or selling your soul for money, in particular if you are an artist or a creative. Okay, so this is really important because money is neither good or bad. It's completely neutral. It's just energy, right? It's just how you work with money. And I know that this is a really, really difficult message to actually integrate into waking life because on one hand, all the spirits are like, don't worry about money and the money will come, and do what you love and the money will come, and don't worry, money's just energy and all that. And then we have bills and we have food and we have things that we want to do in life, and all of them require money. So this is usually a really huge growth point for almost everyone on a spiritual level that is born in this current time, right? And it's really, really, really just advising you and to really look at, is the money worth it for what you have to sacrifice? And it's not necessarily saying that you do have something that you have to drop. It's just saying really be mindful of this. So if this is an aspect of your personality, it's suggesting that this is the aspect of your personality that's a hustler, not afraid to work. You're going after your goals, you want to make things happen, and you're just go, 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 go. So this is even more why you have to be mindful of 7 of Cups energy. 7 of Cups represents all these different options and choices that you can do. It just means that not all of these options and choices are necessarily good. You just have to be really mindful and really discern what is best for you right now and what is best for you mentally, financially, and all these different things, right? So if this represents an aspect of your personality, it means one of two things. either drop all the things that literally make you feel like you are selling your soul just for money, and the money is just almost not worth it. It doesn't matter how big and the sum is, but every time you do the job or every time you agree to do it, you're just like, oh my God, I can't. So if it's something where, you know, you can let go or delegate or anything like that, just to release it, then, you know, that's maybe something to look at, is to let go. On the flip side, if you're doing a lot of stuff for free, or if you're doing a lot of stuff that, you know, you are passionate about and you love, but you just don't really feel like you're charging enough for it, or you're just not receiving the physical abundance, like financial abundance, to actually feel like it's worth it, then it's also time to maybe think of, okay, maybe it's time to let go of doing things for free, or let go of doing things at a lesser price, so that you can actually fulfill your own divine destiny by doing your passions and by getting financially compensated for it, so you can continue doing those passions, right? This also could just in general represent your mindset and your thoughts and your ideas, and to really make sure that you are not coming up with a bunch of ideas and creative projects and all these businesses and all these things just so you can make money, right? And sometimes we rush into things, we rush into ideas, or we force creative ideas, or we force businesses to happen before they're actually ready to come into fruition, just because we desperately want money, and then we get burnt out, and then we freak out, and then we quit. So a lot of this really has to do with being very mindful of where you're at financially, and being mindful if you are just dealing with a lot of options when it comes to this, and seeing which ones can you just simplify. That's really the biggest thing, is simplifying. Full moons are all about releasing. So everything right now is on the table and illuminated for you, right? And really use that inner discernment. You're not stupid, right? You're not. You know yourself and you know people. So trust yourself. Trust that you know what's worth it. Trust what you know you will actually enjoy doing, right? And if you really are just going through it, it's also just calm your mind, come back to center. You know, if you really have a lot of financial worry, get grounded with it too, right? That's also Capricorn energy and Earth energy, is get grounded. How much do you actually have? How much are you making? How much do you need to make? And don't freak out and be like, oh my God, I'm going to go broke. Because so many times when we say, oh my God, I'm going to go broke, our idea of broke is nowhere near actually broke. So just get realistic with it. Now, on the other hand, if you have really big dreams and really big projects that you want to do, same thing, get realistic with it. Get realistic with where your starting point and where you're at right now in this moment, and then you can actually move forward with clarity, instead of like, oh, maybe I can do this, and maybe I can do that, and maybe I can do all these other things, Instead of just, okay, no, I need this much, this is how much time I have, what can I actually do? What makes sense for me? Now, if this King of Pentacles represents someone in your life, again, a masculine person or an actual man in your life that is very good with finances, that manages finances, you know, this could be a father figure, this could be a boss, this could be your accountant, I don't know, right? It could be really anyone. It could be a really close friend, it could be anyone. If it represents someone, like a person, again, 7 of Cups, not all that glitters is gold. Not saying that they're trying to lead you the wrong way. Not saying that their ideas are bad. Not saying that what they're saying isn't correct. It's saying take what they're saying to you, apply it to yourself, and just take what actually works, right? They already cultivated something for them, right? And if, you know, they are financially very successful, then yeah, it's probably a good idea to take their advice. But if they're suggesting you do something that just does not work for you, then you don't got to do it. It's fine. Now, with both of these cards being upright, I'm going to say that it isn't someone or anyone that's trying to come at you or anything like that. And if you're feeling like that, really be mindful of the underlining fear there. Because basically you may be picking up on energy that's just coming from yourself, not from other people, from past negative experiences, things like that. We're going to go into full moon ritual stuff. Overall, with full moons, if you're into astrology, I highly recommend, if you're into tropical astrology, look up where Capricorn is in your chart. If you're into Sidereal or Vedic astrology, look up where Sagittarius is in your chart. And that will really pinpoint kind of the area of life that this is really, really affecting. So even though we're talking about specifically money, finances, and kind of career, say for example, it lands in your 8th house, you know, this may be subconscious feelings that you really need to let go of when it comes to money, or trauma around money, right? If this lands in your 2nd house, it may actually have to do more with literal physical possessions that you have that, you know, is all glitters or gold. Like if you're paying for a car that you just can't afford, right? Things like that. If it lands in your 4th house, for example, that has to do with home and family, this may have directly to do with your family or your home and things like that. You know, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but you can kind of pinpoint and really, really get very specific on what you are releasing this cycle. Now, with a full moon ritual, full moons, like I said, are all about letting go, release, you know? So if you've been going at life like this, full moons are a time when you go at life like this. And a really great ritual to do is a fire ritual. It burns away all the things in your brain. All you need is a pen, some paper, and a fire safe container. I have my cast iron cauldron downstairs, so really make sure that's fire safe. And write down everything you want to release, and you can do it in any way you want. You can do it as I am statements. I am releasing this, I am releasing that. You can just write a list. At the top, I release, and then list, and it could be anything. And if you're doing something in regards to like this reading, for example, you can do something very general that's like, please my ancestors, please spirit, please God, release anything from my life that will not serve my highest alignment, or release any options, or release things that are clouding my judgment, right? Things like that. And then you burn it. In addition to that, if you notice that your paper doesn't burn all the way immediately, you can actually look at the paper and see what is left on that paper. And what's left on that paper usually points to something that you are actually having a hard time letting go of or releasing. So that's something that you are subconsciously like clinging to, like, no, I don't want to let it go. And of course, if it bursts into flames, then yes, you were ready. So yeah, I hope this message helps. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. I will be here tomorrow. Yes, I will be here every day now. And I hope this message helps. Thank you so much, everyone. Remember to please like and subscribe if you want to stay updated with these energy readings. And I hope you have a beautiful day and a wonderful full moon. Cheers.